One thing I did know was that if we were worth our salt as coaches, that we would be the most physically and mentally tough team on the field each and every Saturday, and that always gives you a chance. And I think for the most part we were that this season. And then, you know, I think after we beat Louisville and the way that, not just beating an ACC team on the road, but kind of the way that we did it, in terms of we didn't necessarily play real well. We played so hard, and we played, you know, well at times on in all three phases of the game, when the other phases weren't playing well, and it was just maybe one of the best team wins that I'd ever been around. And I looked in that locker room. I said, hey, you know, I think we've got something here with the way that you know, the guys kind of the fence riders, so to speak, the guys that were maybe half in, half out, kind of realized, hey, we can do this if we continue to do what these crazy guys are telling us to do.
Tom, above and beyond the conference championship and the win today, you arguably, with Baylor's loss, stand at the head of the class of the 12 FBS programs in this state for this season. What is the significance of that as you look beyond this season toward what you hope to do with this school?
Well, I hope that we can certainly always be mentioned in that class, and I think today certainly validated that. And again, I think it speaks volumes in recruiting, that if you want to go somewhere and win a whole bunch of games and win trophies and get rings, that the University of Houston is certainly a place to do that.
Sam Connie, ESPN.com. What does Greg Ward meant to you, to this program, not only today but the last 14 weeks, and how would you describe his 47-yard touchdown run? Oh man, he's a competitive dude. He's a playmaker. Still got some polishing to do in terms of his quarterback play, but when the ball is in his hands, you know, usually good things are going to happen, and you know, he's certainly the gas that runs the engine on offense. Hi guys.
What's up, Coach?
Good to see you.
We can take questions for the student athletes as well too. Unless it's changed, Greg Ward Jr., Landon Roberts, William Jackson III, and Brandon Wilson.
Landon, take us through those first two series that Temple had where you guys were able to get the turnovers, and how much that kind of seized some early momentum for you guys.
Well, you know, turnovers is a big part of a game, you know, and when a defense can get turnovers and just change the momentum of a good offense like that, it's a real good just vibe for the offense to go on the field and capitalize on it.
Hey, Tom, Jim Mashik from the Courier, Montgomery County. For you and the defensive players, the offense has gotten a lot of pub, a lot of ink this year. In this game particularly, we saw what the defense can do. Was there a mindset or an attitude that might have made a difference today?
Oh, not today. You guys are the ones doing the pub, not me. So, you know, we've got a plan to win, and the first thing in that plan to win is play great defense. And I don't know of any championship teams that have hoisted trophies without great defensive play. And that was first and foremost on my mind when I got the job. I wanted to make sure that we hired great defensive coaches, and that we're able to instill a great defensive culture here at the University of Houston, and we've certainly ridden their backs on numerous occasions.
Well, you know, our defensive staff, you know, we take on our coaches, you know, anything they coach us up on, and it just shows on the field, you know. We play to win the turnover battle, you know, and play great defense, and our offense play to, you know, make sure they win the turnover battle, you know. So, like Coach Herman always told us, you know, a game was never won with a team having the most turnovers. Well, you know, the other team.
Greg, what's it been like to watch this thing build under Tom with your teammates? And we talked about the buy-in and a couple of days ago, but especially today with the students on the field and the championship trophy, and to have this whole thing come to fruition so quickly for this program.
It means a lot. This program has been going through a lot before Coach Herman came in, and whenever he first came in, we knew that he had a plan. The culture that he installed in us, we're just very happy and fortunate that we have those guys with us.
Anthony Oppen with the Daily News in Galveston. Tom, you've talked a lot over the last several weeks about the defense the opposing defense kind of telling you how you can go out and win the game offensively. What did you guys see against the Temple defense, and how did you game plan against that?
Well, we knew up front they were really big inside with number 72 and number 9. Those guys are beasts inside, and really quick and athletic at defensive end, and then certainly number 8 was a playmaker. So we wanted to go in with some misdirection. We wanted to get the ball. You know, we're pretty good in space. We're not great yet inside with our young offensive line, but we felt like that if we could space their ends out a little bit, we could find some creases in there to run. But they had a great plan. I mean, we were going through after every series and, hey, what'd we get? And everything was different. I mean, every look, every series, there was a different blitz, a different coverage, a different front. And so hats off to the offensive coaches for adjusting throughout the game.
In the back over here.
Christy Reekin from the Associated Press. Greg, can you take us through your long touchdown run and kind of what you saw in that and what happened?
We was going tempo, and they gave me fair numbers in the box, and I was able to make a play on the edge. And the outside receivers gave me a great block on the edge, and I was able to run.
Back here.
Brent Swarneman, Houston Chronicle. Greg, could you just speak to how you don't mind taking a hit as a quarterback, and also what happened to you in the end zone on that play as well on your touchdown?
Coach Herman always he stays on me about being tough and just ducking my head and going. He stays on everybody about that. And during this game, that's all. That's what it was about. And it was about just going hard and being tough. And on that last play in the end zone, I just got tackled wrong. I fell on my shoulder. That was about it. Just had a little stinger.
Landon, just your emotions seeing that sea of red out on the field at the end of the game, and then William and Brandon, what is a Landon like in the huddle and being the heart and soul of the defense?
He's a great leader, a great player out the field. I mean, he everything you wanted a senior linebacker. He's gonna get on you, even though we friends, but he's still gonna get on me. So I kind of like that in the leader.
Like Willow said, he really is a great leader. I mean, he get on you about everything. If you mess up, on defense, he'll be right there on you, really. So, I mean, he is a great leader. So.
It felt good, because week in and week out, I know me and my brothers and our coaching staff work to, and creating that bond and just trusting each other, was big, So seeing all that come to just closure, and of the season with the championship and just the confetti in the air and the ropes up and the stage, that's the best way to go out, especially when you created this brotherhood like we did.
Kind of wanted to follow that for any of you. What was that like on the stage when you're looking down and, I think some of you pulled out some phones. I saw the wrestling belt come out. Just that moment that you sang as well with the students. What it was like to be in that moment?
I would say it was everything from 11 months ago. January, working in here at 4 a.m. with just us and the coaches, with this family that we have. And at first we was, my mind as players it wasn't in the right place as far as the coaches coming in here and trying to install a culture into us. But we all rallied together, and we just proud to be champions.
For Greg and Landon and the other players, none of you were born the last time the University of Houston played in a major bowl game on January 1st. Can you grasp the significance of what this means to people who have been following this program, this school for years before you came along?
Well, it means a lot, because it's great players that have came through this university, So just being able to play, in a New Year's Eve bowl or New Year's bowl is gonna be just, just great, for the team and also the university, and the great players that have came through here, The other day, Andre Ware came and talked to us, and he just told us, about the great people that been in our numbers, before us, and that and you research that, and you just, after winning that game, it's just a great honor, to be able to play like this and go to a championship with knowing that you were wearing them guys' numbers that was all Americans, you know, got to the next level.
Tom, when you started, furniture was an issue, and you put the championship rings in your office, and you were trying to change the culture and set this culture. And today, 12-1, and a New Year's Six Bowl probably. What's it been like, especially these last few games? Memphis, Navy, to see this thing build and have it happen really so quickly, faster than anyone expected.
Well, I think, you know, any time that you set out to change a culture, you've got to have buy-in from the people that you're leading. And, you know, a credit to these guys up here and the leaders on this team, and Adrian McDonald and Alex Cooper and Kenneth Farrow especially. These guys completely and utterly just kind of handed us their hearts and said, we're in. We're buying what you're selling, and we trust you. At that point, it was blind trust, but they were willing to do that. And I think that none of this would have been possible without those guys and their tremendous amount of buy-in and really their leadership in the locker room, as I've talked before, of grabbing the other guys that were maybe on the fence and dragging them to the right side and getting those guys bought in too, because you can't win, you can't go the places that we've gone without, you know, with 8 or 10 guys that have bought in. You need a good 30 to 40 guys, and you know, credit to these leaders that are sitting in front of us and a few that aren't, that really got that done.
Take two more, please.
Kind of on that, Tom, you think back, I mean, this is a team that you locked the doors. I mean, you chained the doors on the locker room for them at the beginning to kind of set that tone. I think you took away shoes. You did things to build that culture and stuff. But do you look back now 11 months or however long it's been and the making of a champion and just going back from where this all began the day that you got here?
Yeah, I think, you know, our team chaplain, Kevin Washington, probably said it best last night when he talked about, you know, that there's when you win a championship, there's no regrets. And in fact, you'll probably, when you're old and gray like me, these guys will probably look back on those memories of those days of getting up at 4 a.m. and going out in the frost and cold and just trying to get through 30 up downs and not making 30 up downs, perfect up downs in an hour. And they'll look back with fondness and they'll laugh about it, and they'll enjoy how they will. I promise you. I've never lied to you, right?
No.
Okay, you will. But I think when you're able to do this and win a championship and be remembered forever as a champion, it certainly makes all of those moments that maybe as an 18 to 22-year-old kid you're not quite sure, you know, is this really going to pay off? Is this really the way that you have to do things? And I think we kind of all understand now that it is, and that all of those things led to this moment.
Dick?
Yeah, Greg, can you just talk about that moment after the game, fans all over the place, and what it meant to you as a player and what it meant to this team?
What it meant to me was picturing the whole team out there without those guys and what we had went through and what the coaches had put us through and the drills we was doing, freezing, and we was working hard. And Coach stayed on us then, and he's the same person now. He never let off the gas, and it just means everything, man. We're just proud and very fortunate to have the coaches in here and build champions.
The last one in the back, please.
For Tom and then some of the players to continue on that, just building champions. You don't want this to be just a one-time thing. You talk about the future and the culture you're establishing with the future.
Yeah, this is you know, when you go in and you try to instill this culture, it's not for one season. It's to build a program, and it's to build a foundation really for things to come. And you know, I know there's 2 seniors up here that won't get to experience off season this year, but these 2 juniors, they will, and it'll be hard again, and it'll be tough, and it'll be physically and mentally challenging. But I think now that has become kind of the Houston way, and I think the players embrace it and understand the value in it and where it will lead them in the future.
Any of the players care to answer?
We all know it. Me and Brandon know what to expect now. So the plan is infallible, and we're just gonna be on the train.
Good answer.
Houston, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.